Check out FlipsideGaming.com for all your gaming needs. Use the promo code HEROES to save 10% on all orders over $10. Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends, and welcome to this special edition of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch. This is our Picks of the Month video for August 2019. Now, this series obviously comes out once a month, and it does go out a little bit earlier to the gold patrons. So by the time you see this on YouTube, it could be about 24 to 48 hours later. Some of the prices could have adjusted a little bit, so just keep that in mind. Without any further ado, though, let's get into this month's information. First, I wanted to go over the purpose of these videos. They seem to cause a lot of confusion, so a couple things you need to know. This is not a strategy video. We're not talking about the best cards to play in Magic the Gathering here. What we are talking about are cards that could be poised to increase in value very soon. Now, when I say very soon, this is all speculation. Maybe it's weeks, maybe it's months, maybe it's years. And also, this isn't about getting rich quick. I'm not going to choose a card that I think is going to double in price overnight or anything like that. I think those type of speculations are extremely risky. These are cards that could potentially slowly increase and then maybe gain steam over time. This isn't about flipping cards. It's not about getting rich quick. It's really about maybe you have some of these cards on your want list and you've been putting off picking them up. This is just a friendly reminder to say it might be a good time to grab one of these cards. Okay, let's see what we got for this month. Smothering Tithe, $9.33 currently. I think I talked about this one a few months ago, but this quickly became a huge commander card. And yes, it has gone up, but the potential for this to go up even more is still great. Simply because if you're playing white in Commander, you probably want a copy of this card, and we just don't know when it's going to get a reprint. It could be quite some time since it's not a very old card. This card is still in Standard, so there's potential that eventually one day when it does go ahead and cycle out of the rotation, that it could lose some value, but who knows what the price point will be at that point. Next, we have a bunch of red cards. I didn't do a great job of going through the color pie evenly this month. I have a lot of red and a lot of green, but there's a reason for that. Monday, we found out that Faithless Looting was being banned in Modern. And the next section of cards we're going to look at here are potential replacements for Faithless Looting in the format. Now, some are going to be better than others. And let's face it, no card is going to be as good as Faithless Looting. And who knows, maybe the deck's looking for a replacement may not be able to maintain their position in the format with one of these other cards. But I think ultimately, Modern is always going to have a need for this type of card in some form. Because of that, we're going to look at a few cards today that could fill in that vacuum. The first one is actually the one I think is the best. Burning Inquiry. $2.48. This is already currently in the Hollow One decks, and who knows, maybe it could be in more decks in the future. Dangerous Wager at 18 cents. Okay, this one maybe is a dangerous wager if you thought you were going to speculate on it, because I don't know if it's really going to get there. But it is another option. Now, this one is a common from Avacyn Restored. There's a lot of copies out there. It's not a very expensive card. So if you don't have any in your collection, hey, grab a playset. They're only 18 cents. Now, the next card is also very cheap and actually has had a number of reprintings now, most recently in the Mystic Intellect deck for Commander 2019. So there's a lot of copies entering the marketplace right now. But again, this is a cheap pickup. Desperate Ravings. Innistrad is 22 cents, Commander 2015 24 cents, Eternal Masters 18 cents, and the newest one 25 cents. So one of the things that is great about Faithless Looting, especially in the Phoenix decks, is the fact that it has flashback. Well, here's a card that is not as good, obviously, but at least it does have flashback. There's a chance anyway it could help those decks, but even if it doesn't, this is a card that does see some Pauper play, and Pauper is gaining more momentum, so it's not a bad idea to have a playset of these if you don't for some reason. Goblin Lower. This is another one that already sees Modern play in Hollow One. Not a cheap card necessarily here. The original one from Portal's Second Age is $12, Starter 1999 is $9.64, and 10th edition is $9.94. The reason these cards are as expensive as they are is just simply because it has not been reprinted in a long time. Now, who knows? That could change at any time, of course. But at least for right now, this is a scarce card in the marketplace, and if any deck does adopt it, it's going to go up in value quite a bit. Okay, let's leave the Faithless Looting replacements behind and look at another card. Soulscar Mage, $2.63. This was a rare from Amonkhet. So a lot of Amonkhet was open, but this card at least is a rare, and it's doing really well in Modern and Legacy. In Modern right now, this is in Mono Red Phoenix and Gruul Phoenix variations. Mono Red Aggro as well plays this. Temur Delver, Legacy is a Delver, will play this. Now, there's a chance, of course, the Phoenix decks might have more issues in the format now that Faithless Looting is gone, so this card might see a little bit less play, perhaps. However, I do think the play it sees in the other decks I mentioned and other potential decks in the future makes this a really good buy at less than $3. If you don't have a play set, I would grab one. On to the green cards with Collector Oof, $4.30. Sure, you can still get Modern Horizons packs, and you do want to consider that. However, this card is amazing for a couple of reasons. One, because it's already seeing a ton of sideboard play in Modern, Legacy, and Vintage. Two, because Stoneforge Mystic just became unbanned in Modern. And even though a lot of the cards that are going to play well with Stoneforge Mystic have already spiked, and if you've been paying attention to the market, some of them spiked quite a bit over the last couple days, the answers or sideboard options are a little slower to spike. People are going to go ahead and try to pick up the cards that they want to build around Stoneforge first, and then later on, people will start thinking about how to defend against it. So there's potential for cards like this and some of the other ones we're going to look at to go up in value. Force of Vigor is another one, kind of the same story here from Modern Horizons as a rare, $6.58. But again, even if Stoneforge was not unbanned on Monday, I would still recommend this card because of the play it sees out of sideboards, again, Modern, Legacy, and Vintage. Now, of course, with the unbanning of Stoneforge Mystic, this card potentially could grow even more. Here's another option for sideboards, this one a little bit cheaper, Nature's Claim. It has had a number of printings. World Wake is worth 45 cents right now. Conspiracy 40 cents, Eternal Masters 42 cents, and Iconic Masters 39 cents. Now this is cheaper, but very similar to the cards we saw moments ago. You find this in sideboards right now in Modern, Legacy, and Vintage, regardless of what happens, but again, a card that stands to get better with Stoneforge Mystic in the Modern environment. This one's another Commander card I wanted to highlight, Azor's Gateway, which of course becomes Sanctum of the Sun, $2.45. Now this is currently in Standard. It is going to rotate out in a few weeks, and maybe it does take a little bit of a price hit when that happens. So you might want to wait with this one just a little bit and just stay close to the price. However, maybe after rotation, it might be a good time to pick one up. This isn't a card you necessarily see all the time in Commander, but it is a card that a lot of different decks or strategies do appreciate. Over the last year, we did see a lot of ramp decks become popular. I do think that trend will continue. We are getting even more cards as time goes on that could potentially make people interested in decks like that. Dockside Extortionist in Commander 2019 is one example of that. This also plays well with another recent card, Bag of Holding from Core Set 2020. But regardless of that, I do think this is just a solid Commander pickup no matter what. That concludes our Picks of the Month video, but we will be back on Saturday for our regular episode of the Market Watch. But until next time, hey, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible through the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.